So it's game 4. So first of all, we've taken control over this series. It looks like this is the game where if this is a pivotal game, we win this game, we know we're winning a championship. What's the mindset for you going into this game?
Well, I hadn't played much going into it. And Kobe, Roman, we started understanding in game 3 how Kobe was going to play Rondo, how Kobe was playing Sam, and was giving us a little difficulty. My mindset was always, you sat right next to me. I'll just stay ready, man, and stay mentally prepared and in the game. Even though I wasn't in the game, in my mind, I was out there. I was playing. I was visualizing how I could help the team, where I could help the team. I seen where I would be able to get shots, and I just basically locked in on that and was chomping at the bit. And I mean, I went tonight in the finals every night going to bed, like praying, like, please let him get me in, man. Please let him get me in. I feel like I was born for these moments. And, I just couldn't wait, man. I was chomping at the bit. And when he did call me in and, we were down by so much, it was like, all right, well, let's go.
When you're going into these games, are you thinking the mindset is just, listen, if I'm out here, you have to guard me, and therefore I am doing my job?
Yeah, exactly. That's everybody got a job to do. We know we've been role players. I was role player my whole career. I wasn't a guy that they were going to depend on to go out and get 30. That's Paul. That's KG. That's Ray. So we have to do our job, man. We bought into it when we went to Italy and before we went out there when Doc brought Ubuntu to us. I bought all the way in that, hey, man, I can't be the best that I could be unless I make my teammate the best they can be. And I understood that, and really that's what it's all about, man. It's all about knowing, being a superstar in your role. Whatever your role is, be the best you could be in it. And that's how I always attacked any type whenever I played throughout the league. I mean, I felt like, yeah, could I have more opportunities? Of course, everybody feels that. But that wasn't the situation. Whatever situation you in, you got to just take advantage of it and maximize it.
I told you guys, Celtics full control over this game after the third quarter, and it was too much. You had Eddie in one corner, James Posey in another, and Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett doing work. You ever been a part of a game with this type of magnitude with a comeback like this, Eddie?
No, never. And, not with this magnitude. We're in the finals, and how big we were down, being down 24, you almost feel like it's over. And at that point, think about it. We were up 2-0. We come out, we lose game 3. If they win game 4 and they had game 5 on their home court, the series definitely could have flipped right in an instant. And I think we understood that as well. We understood that dynamic that we don't want to be going down. We don't want to be down 3-2 going to Boston, relying on having to win 2 games. We wanted to go to Boston just having to win 1 game. And that was really our mindset. And after the third quarter ended, when PJ dunked it and cut it to 2, you could sense us. I can remember that. I could sense it in the huddle and just the energy that we had and the focus that we had, like, we going to win this game. Let's just continue to get stops and play the way we did. And I think we didn't waver on that. Nobody stepped outside of their role of what they were going to do. Everybody did exactly what they needed to do and needed to do to help their teammate. And I think, again, it falls back on, you got to give Danny credit, Doc credit for going out and getting the type of players that he did, knowing that they'll be able to mesh.
Now, Eddie, all you talk about is role players. I think that man out there, number 50, was a superstar. Plus 26 in the second half, doesn't come out of the game in the fourth quarter. Like, did you feel fatigued at all?
No, not at all. I wasn't playing in the series that much, you know what I mean? And even in the playoffs, man, you got to remember, coming into the playoffs, I had got hurt at Washington, and it was like my groin. And I felt like I was playing really good basketball up to that point, and I'm rearing up, getting ready for the playoffs, and I go out. But what had happened, it gave Sam an opportunity to get rhythm. And so Doc just kind of stayed with that flow that we had. So I was playing spotty minutes in the playoffs. So no, I wasn't tired. I actually was waiting for this moment. I mean, talking about it right now, I'm getting goosebumps. You know what I mean? I was waiting for this moment, you know what I mean? And it couldn't have been a better time, a better moment for me to be prepared. Because I could have easily started pointing the finger and being like, man, he ain't playing me. I was in a rotation all year. Now here he go with these funny minutes. But I didn't do that. What I did was I said, man, with that energy that I had, I just went to the gym and kept shooting. And me and Darren would come rebound for me at night. I'd get up, try to get 200-300 shots, 300 makes in. at night just to stay sharp, just in case he does call my number. And lo and behold, look, I get my number called.
Now, you hit the shot that eventually puts the Celtics up for good. Now, as a kid, you must be dreaming about these moments. And when it comes to you, are you thinking, like, for sure I'm going to make this shot? Like I said, you're one of the more confident shooters I've ever played with.
Yeah, for sure. I knew it. And we had been running that 1-3 pick and roll. And I was going to slip it. That I've been setting really good screens and getting Paul off because they had been switching. And he had been able to take advantage of it. So now I understood they were switching. So I went there and kind of gave a brush screen with a quick slip to the corner, and I knew I was going to make the shot. If I got a look, I was going to make the shot. I wasn't worried about missing it. And it was just, it was going up. I'm like, oh, this is a bucket. And as I shot it, I'm like, I missed it. And it went in ugly. It was one of my ugliest makes going, but it was my best make ever, but it was an ugly make, kind of rolled in a little funny, but I understood that when we made that shot and we went up, and you know this, you've been on teams to where we try to fight. We try to climb that mountain. And you might get up there, and if you're never able to get to the top and a little bit over, you fall short of that victory coming back. And I felt the importance of us going up and seeing ourselves ahead in that game. I knew we wouldn't look back.
What do you think of Paul Pierce and Garnett during this time, their leadership?
Oh, that's second. I'll tell you what, KG, best leader I ever was around, man. Second, when you talk about a guy who has it all, right? You're talking about max contracts, all the ability, all the talent, all the all-star, all the accolades, but the hardest working guy on the team. You've seen him in the weight room. You've seen him before practice and after practice putting in that work. He puts a level of accountability on yourself. When you walk in and you see the best of the best doing that, you have to hold yourself accountable to a higher standard. And I think that's what he did to each and every one of us on the team. We learned a different level of work ethic and a different level of how to prepare to be where we were at.